A very good morning to all my dear children and a very happy new year to all of you. So my dear children, in the last video of value education, we were doing the back exercise of lesson clean surroundings. So today we are going to continue with the same. So my dear kids, please open up your value education books, page number 29, and please keep a pencil and eraser ready in your hands. So children, we will be starting with time for a reality check. We will be starting with this portion of the back exercise. So the question says what you have to do in it is you have to tick the right things which you should do in class. Okay, you have to tick the right things to do in class. Okay, so the first part is we work hard and don't be lazy. So children, is it a right thing to do in class or not? Working hard and not being lazy, is it a good thing or not? Yes, of course, we all should work hard and we all should not feel lazy. So please put a tick mark in front of this. Now the next one is throw paper around the class. So my dear kids, is this a good thing to do or is it a wrong thing? Throwing paper will make your class dirty. So is it a good thing to make your class dirty? No. So please don't put any tick mark in front of the statement. Now the third part is keep your class nice and clean. So keeping your class nice and clean, not dirtying it, not throwing any trash in the class, is it a good thing or not? Yes, of course, it is a good thing. So please put a tick mark in front of the statement. Now, the fourth part is don't do your work on time. Now, not doing your work on time, being lazy, is it a good thing? If we will not do our work on time, we will not be able to achieve success in our life, children. So, yes, this is not a good thing. So, please don't put any tick mark in front of the statement. Now the next one is be kind and loving. Now being kind and loving, we all know that it is always the right thing. Okay, so please put a tick mark in front of this statement as well. So now let's proceed further. Now the next portion of the back exercise is diary time, as we always do at the end of every chapter. Now the question is fill in your diary using the given words. You have to fill these blanks using the given words. Now what are the words? Let's read them once. The first word is nice, sweet, clean, smiling. Nice, sweet, clean and smiling. Now let's put them into the right place. Now first of all, put on today's date, children, in the date column. What is the date today? It's 9th of January. So please write it down. 9.1.21. Now after writing the date, let's proceed further. Let's read it all together. I am proud of my class because it is dash and dash. I am proud of my class because it is dash and dash. So what options you are going to fill here? Because it is nice and clean, that is why you will feel proud of your class. Yes, nobody will feel proud of a dirty class. Yes, children? So, let's proceed. Everyone is always dash. Everyone is always smiling. So if a class will be nice, if a class will be clean, so everyone will feel good and happy and then they will smile. Okay, now let's proceed further. My teacher is very Sweet. Thank you. Okay, now let's proceed further. Now the next portion of the back exercise is your time, in which you have to choose a right or correct answer. Okay, some situations are given to you and two options related to those situations are given to you. So you have to take the correct answer in it. The question number 1 is, first part, your classmate is throwing paper cuttings on the floor. What will you do? Your classmate is throwing paper cuttings on the floor. So what will you do in this situation? First one is, tell him to pick them up and throw them in the dustbin. Will you tell him to pick them up and throw them into the dustbin, or you're going to ignore him? You are not the one dirtying the class. So, what you are going to do? Are you going to tell him to pick them up and throw them into the dustbin, or are you going to ignore him, or ignore him because you are not the one who is dirtying the class? So, my dear kids, I know all of you will teach your friend that we should not throw the trash in the class and make it dirty. So you will tell him to pick them up and throw them in the dustbin. So please put a tick mark in front of the first option. Now the second is, you are eating peanuts in the car while traveling. What are peanuts? What are peanuts? Moongfali. Yes, that we have in winter. We enjoy them in winter. You are eating peanuts in the car while traveling. What will you do with the peels? अब peanuts के peels के साथ हम क्या करेंगे? You will keep throwing them out of the window. I have seen most of the people doing this. But this is not good, kids. We should not do this. Or you will collect them in an empty packet to throw later in the dustbin. Yes, this is the right thing. We should, whenever we are going somewhere on our way, we should not keep throwing the trash out of our car to keep our car clean and dirtying the whole city outside. Instead, we should collect them in an empty packet, and we can later on throw it into the dustbin. Yes? So please put a tick mark in front of the second option. Now the next one is, you see a man spitting on the road. What will you do? Now somebody is spitting. Spitting means thuk fekna. Okay, when you see a man spitting on the road, what you are going to do in this situation? Are you going to request him to spit in the washroom or in the dustbin, or you are going to ignore him and walk away? Because we all are the citizens of same country. So it's our responsibility to keep our city clean. Okay, to keep our country clean. So children, if you don't do such things, and when you find somebody doing this, so it's your duty to stop them for doing so. Okay, so what we are going to do is, we are going to request him to spit in the washroom or in the dustbin, or not spitting around. Okay, so children, the next question is, let's proceed further. It's put together. So let's read it. What is written? Ashrams were a kind of hostels that existed hundreds of years ago in India. Okay, so what does it mean? That ashrams are the old version of hostels. Earlier, the students used to live in ashrams, and they used to get their preachings from the teacher which used to exist in the ashram, were like kind of sages, about which we have read in this chapter. Okay, so ashrams were called as like hostels were called as ashrams that time. So the first part, now what is, let's continue. There was no electricity or tap water at that time. Okay, hundred of years ago, there was no electricity or tap waters. So how people used to study that time? How students used to study? Let's start doing it. The first part is, what light do you think the students use? Which kind of light they might have been using to do their work or to study in absence of the electricity? We can use the hands. Yeah, they used to use diya. Okay, diya, or such kind of lights, but electricity was not there with them. Now second part is, where did the students go to fetch water for the garden? From where they used to get the water, because there was no pipelines or water, tap water. तो कहाँ से लेके आते थे? They used to fetch the water from the wells. Okay, children. Now the third part is, write two more things that you think were different in hostels all those years. So now this you are going to Google, or you are going to ask your parents or grandparents, and you have to do it as your homework. Okay, just explore it, that what other things they used to do when there were no like ashrams, or hostels were not there. Ashrams were there in places of hostels. Okay, so this is your homework, and that is all for today's video. So thank you kids, stay safe, stay home. Thank you.